Hi, folks. Welcome to Revision. Today we're going to talk about writ points and what they are worth on the marketplace. Writ points are another form of currency in Elder Scrolls Online. You have essentially gold, you have Televar, you have alliance points, and then you have writ points. Now, to get a writ point, you have to do a writ point voucher. And I'll just show you real quick what that looks like. They come in different forms. Sometimes you get a purple, sometimes you get a blue, and sometimes you get nothing. It really depends on the drop rate. But to get a master writ, you have to have on your skill line the maximum amount of points put in, as well as level 50 on a particular skill like woodworking or blacksmithing, etc. Now, that being said, master writs are used primarily through an NPC. In other words, if you have a writ point, however many you have, you can only use them to buy stuff in the NPC merchant in a capital city. Okay? So basically, you can't trade your writ points with other players or anything like that. All you can do is cash it in or out with the respective NPC at a capital city. Now, to better understand what a writ point is worth on the marketplace, I'm going to use this as an example. Think of the US dollar, okay? It's backed by absolutely nothing at this point, but a flimsy promise, so to speak. However, the US dollar fluctuates based on the marketplace of precious metals. I'll give you an example. When gold and silver, for instance, in real life, go up, the US dollar will go down in value. The opposite is also true. When gold and silver go down, the US dollar will become stronger and go up on the market. Now, there are some exceptions to the rules because there are a lot of financial games being played in real life markets. But having this in the back of your not having this in the back of your mind, writ points work the same way. When the value of a writ point, or actually, we'll say this, when the value of mats go down in price, the general mats you use to do a writ point go down. A writ point value goes up. The opposite is also true. When material cost or mats in general go up in value, a writ point will go down in value. So, I guess the $1,000,000 question everybody asks is how much is a writ point worth in terms of gold? That in itself is completely up to you. Okay? You can buy items in the master writ selection vendor and you could sell it on the marketplace. However, the cost of doing business is really determined based on the material usage you use to do a writ point voucher. And I'll give you an example here. I'll use a jewelry writ as an example. And this is why they are so cheap to buy on the market. Because with a jewelry writ, the cost of actually doing this particular writ, you look at this, look at the screen on the board. We have a bloodthirsty jewelry necklace that we have to create. Okay, so you're going to need 2 blue platings. Blue platings on the market are about 10K each, give or take. Then you got the cost of a green plating you have to buy. That's anywhere from 1 to 2K. And then you have the cost of the bloodthirsty material as well. That can range about 3K. And then finally, you have the cost of the actual platinum that you have to use. Okay? And you would have to divide that by a stack. A stack of platinum can go 8K, so you divide that out, and you'll get the cost of the amount you would need on that. So when you add up all those costs, if the cost exceeds the benefit of doing the Writ voucher, then that Writ voucher is not even worth doing. Okay, that's why you will see so many jewelry writs up for sale, specifically the blue ones, because the cost of doing business is not so good. That's not to say you can't get good deals on a jewelry writ, specifically a blue jewelry writ, because sometimes you will find good deals out there, and sometimes it will be beneficial to do. So, keeping that in the back of your mind, that is how you determine the actual value of what a Writ point is worth and how much you can benefit from it. Obviously, the greater the benefit, the more lucrative it is to go into business. Then you must find a product line that you wish to find and sell. And as you can see in the Master Writ vendor, there's a lot of different products you can buy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you which one sells the best. That's really up for you to find out. But there are different items that you could sell. Some sell faster than others, and some do not sell very well. So you will need to determine what items within the Master Writ vendor are good to sell and go from there. And you will find what a Writ point is worth to you. Now, I will tell you what a Writ point is worth to me. That doesn't mean this is a one size fit all. But over the years, you have heard it's been said that a Writ point is the equivalent to 1 point versus 1,000 gold, meaning every 1 point you have is 1,000 gold. I give it a valuation now of 900 gold, give or take. With the upcoming inflation that is soon to happen in Elder Scrolls Online, Writ points are not going to be very lucrative to do until that inflation goes down. And if it gets out of control to where it lasts longer than April, we're going to have a serious problem with Writ points. And the downside there is not too many people are going to be doing Writ vouchers because of the material cost. So all these factors coming into play, that is how you determine the value of your Writ points, the cost of doing business, and whether it's worth your time or not. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. All right, folks, so that is my overview of the Writ point system, what they're worth, and what you can use them for. If you like this video, please hit the like button and become a subscriber. I put out videos on Elder Scrolls Online each and every week, and I'll see you next time.